Yeah.
Oh my God.
Welcome back, folks, for the last episode of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Never know what's gonna happen next year.
It's been a
But
it's been a fun ride, man.
yeah, it's been a crazy year, man. It's just flown by. Like uh,
Yeah.
it, I swear it's adulting. You get into the groove of like having a routine, whether it be work or school, just kind of doing the same thing every day.
Mm.
And you wake up Monday, all of a sudden it's Friday. It's just like, damn.
I mean, when I was off those like 4.5 months, 5 months, dude, it was over like that.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember that Saturday, got off work. It was like midnight. Got off work, went home, slept, woke up at like 9 or something like that,
Hmm.
and then close your eyes. You wake up the next day. It's like not even the next day. It's like 2 weeks. I'm like, damn.
My God, how's the new schedule working for you?
I like it. I mean, it's not having like. I think it's different because not having like to me the prime days are like Saturday, Sunday.
Hmm.
You know, so not having Saturday, Sunday off back then was it kind of sucked because you miss out on a lot. You
Yeah.
know, parties and events and stuff like that. You know, I'm always requesting time off, and if I can't get that filled or approved, then it's like, well, whatever. But having Friday, Saturday off, I mean, it's good. Normally, I always used to say I don't like working Sundays because I'm religious, but I'm not. Uh,
You got to finesse the system.
yeah, but working Sundays it's easy, man.
Yeah.
Nothing's happening. Like this is probably the better schedule, probably one of the best I've had. I think.
Yeah, because Sunday on the last schedule, you then have to go into Monday morning.
Yes,
So,
and now it's just like nope. I get home, can still do whatever. Like tomorrow, I'll go to work. I'm not gonna miss New Year's. I'll still, be here for that. But yeah, like before, it would just be like, okay, guess we're rolling over into the next year at work.
right.
It's like,
Yeah, that always kind of sucked.
yeah.
Got it. That's nice, man. Like, yeah. I'm excited for this new year.
Mm-hmm.
With tax brackets are being adjusted, which could affect some people. So looks like the IRS is increasing the tax brackets by about 5.4% for both individual and married filers.
So from what 1 to 7 is
Uh,
getting from.
so let's see. Now, oh, I wish I had the before and after.
Well, I know it was like 1 to 7,000 was like you didn't get taxed on any of that for the
Oh,
year.
oh, oh.
You know.
So for single filers, 0 to 11,600 is 10%, and I think that used to be lower.
Yeah.
So that used to be what, like 8,000 or 9,000.
Something like that.
So
Yeah.
all of the ceilings have went up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're on that like cusp, because I know at one point, like right now, 22% is between 47,150 and 100,525.
Yeah.
I think the ceiling for that one used to be like 97 or 98. So then any money you make after that would then be taxed at 24%. So now
Yeah.
you might take home a little bit more in a paycheck. But that 22% bracket is pretty big. Same with 24.
Yeah. Because
So,
I mean, going by median household income, like this helps out the middle class a little bit more, I think.
yeah.
So that's good. I used
And like I
to.
said, it helps a lot if you're on that cusp. Like if you get a
Mhm.
raise and it's like, oh, I made 10,000 more, but 8,000 of that is now getting taxed at a higher rate. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
shit.
No, we used to have a guy who worked for us, man. That dude like would refuse. He'd be like, "Oh, I would love to do overtime, but it's gonna put me into the next tax bracket." And I was like, "That's not how that works. Like you just don't like make this much and like guess what? The rest of your income's getting taxed this much." It's like, no,
Yeah.
it's not how that works, like at all. So,
Yeah.
uh, Yeah,
And I mean,
I
at
I
that
think
job,
they've
he could work 80 hours overtime and it wouldn't throw him
yeah,
because the tax
yeah,
bracket is so big.
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Um, but I think they make this shit intentionally confusing for people. You know what I'm saying? Like taxes, filing taxes in general, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like only here in the US where it's always a problem, you
yeah,
know, because the government knows how much you owe or don't owe or how much you're getting
right.
back, but they make you jump through these hoops and shit like that to get shit done. I'm like, dude, like
It's like an honesty
what's
test. We
yeah.
know how much you owe. Are you going to tell us the same thing?
Listen, motherfucker, if I could, I would slip the government every single time, man. You know what I'm saying? 100%. I get it's
I
like a function of roads and there's things that your
mhm.
taxes are used for, but it seems like nowadays that gap has been slowly like before it made sense. When materials weren't as sustainable, things like that. It made sense to constantly have like a chance to rebuild things.
Yeah.
Now it's like, these roads will last you 4 or 5 years, and I mean, obviously besides potholes and shit, and now it just seems to just go to like the military and shit. I'm like, man.
I'm okay with taxes as long as it's doing something. Like, I see a lot of these cities implementing, these benches that prevent people like homeless people from sleeping on them. It's like,
Saying, man, it's just
why
ridiculous,
not
dude.
save all of that and fund like really affordable or like free rotating housing? Like, hey, here's a center where you can have a roof for 3 months and feel safe while you're looking for a job. There's showers, there's computers to use, somebody's there to help you with like a resume.
Because it
Something to
doesn't make money, man. That's why.
That's yeah. And that's the shitty
You
thing
know?
is nowadays I feel like as you grow up you start to understand, is this the best that can be done or is this like the fourth best that they know is going to cost more in a few years so they can charge for it?
Mhm.
Like, oh, if it lasts forever, that doesn't make us money. So let's make it last for 4 years so they have to replace it.
Yep.
So,
Listen, man, this is, I'm really happy because I've seen it more and more. People are finally starting to kind of like you mentioned, like you're getting older, you're kind of starting to see the cracks in the facade a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Um, Especially with like prisons and how we treat prisoners, like essentially just as free labor. You know what I'm saying? We're paying these guys 10 cents a day to put furniture together and license plates and, send them out down the roads to clean up roads and shit like that or whatever. Like
yeah,
it's not making them money, so they won't
bet.
do it.
Yeah.
You know?
I know that was a we had a conversation about that in my government class in college and we actually read through I think he had us read the entire Constitution,
Hmm.
and like how people are like, "Oh, taxation is theft," and it's like,
Yeah.
no, it's in there, like
Yeah.
it's in the Constitution.
Hmm.
But again, they don't teach that. And same thing with like because we talked about prisons, because I mean we know in the U.S. how prisons are is completely different. Have you ever seen like what a jail or a prison cell looks like in another country?
Yeah. Yeah. Like in the
It's like a
Netherlands and
rehab center.
yeah.
It's supposed to, hey, serve your time and become a more conducive member of society.
Hmm.
And yeah, in the Constitution, uh, I'm not even going to try to quote it, but basically, if you're convicted, almost all your rights are just forfeit,
Yeah.
like just most of them. And
Because
it's crazy.
it's like a lie that we all believe, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you're in elementary school and the teacher goes over the Bill of Rights and the Constitution and the Emancipation
Proclamation.
Declamation and all like
Yeah.
all this shit like that or whatever. It's like nobody knows what any of this shit is. Nobody knows what any of this shit
Mhm.
means. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's like a shock jockey on radio. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like they're not gonna believe what you didn't hear about this, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like you press the button for like the fart noise and shit. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you're so convinced that like we have rights here because it's America and shit. Just like that. Um, we're 100% convinced that we have rights here. Like, and we do. Like, don't get me wrong, but
Mhm.
you know, like you see the videos all the time. People walking down the street, uh, to amendment, especially in certain states where open carry is allowed. People walk down the street with a weapon like that. Guess what? cops are getting pulled up on you. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk around. You got cops asking for your ID and shit like that. It's like, what is this even? You know what I'm saying? It's like a pressure that you feel that they
Yeah.
need to fill the void of like knowing who you are, what are you doing, how are you doing it, why are you doing it? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like every step and turn, man, you're getting pressed for shit. You know? Yeah, we have rights. You can criticize the government without your head getting cut off, and you know,
Which is
say
nice.
certain things to an extent. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Say certain things to an extent, but like, man, it feels like the more freedoms that we have, like the more encroached that we end up being.
It's kind of almost like in a contract, big, whatever kind of contract, 30, 40 pages.
Mm,
There's always like little tiny bullet points,
yeah.
that you won't catch unless you read the whole thing.
Mm,
And that just kind of is like rights. Like, look at the tax code. What do people know about taxes? Like 2% of it.
yeah.
Why do people think that, oh, the rich should have to pay taxes? It's like, it's not that they're not paying. They're just taking advantage of the other 1,200 pages of the tax code that aren't taught, that you haven't read,
Yeah.
that are out there for you to utilize, but they're just in a position to utilize it better.
Yeah.
Or with rights, again, the Constitution one. I had to pay to go to a college to sit in a class for somebody to finally cover, hey, let's talk about the Constitution and break it down and what all this means and blah, blah, blah.
Hmm.
And so it's kind of just feels like, oh, yeah, the rights are out there, but you got to really dive deep to kind of figure them out and learn about them.
Or you just don't have, because I know that's like a thing, like when people buy art, like rich people buy art, like they,
Oh, yeah.
it's like NFTs are on fire because you could buy it for like 60K or whatever and inflate the value of it. You'd be like, oh, it's worth this much now, you know what I'm saying? And use it as collateral for like loans and shit. Like
Hmm.
again, the being being low, middle, or even like upper class, like it doesn't exist anymore. It's
Yeah.
like low class and it's just rich,
Yeah, and
you know?
it's just a lack of knowledge. Again, like, oh, how do, the rich live if all their wealth is in stock? And it's like, well, they don't teach you this, but you can take your portfolio and go use that as collateral to get a loan. And then if you can't pay the loan back, you can sell your stock to pay it back. Like, that's how that works. But again, that's not taught anywhere.
Yeah.
Except
And
nowadays,
it's
there's a
a
lot more access to the information because of,
yes.
again, the internet, which is fantastic. So yeah, it's
It's
wild,
it's
man.
it's a game that, we don't play and we can't play in. You know what I'm saying? The buy-in fee is a couple hundred millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't play on the same level as these guys, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, they have lawyers and teams of financial advisors and all these other people like top to bottom giving them information like every single second of every single day of, hey, we're throwing money in this, you should do the same, or we're pulling the money out of that, you should do the same. You know what I'm saying? It's just willy nilly, you know. Like, can you today drop 20 grand in one investment and lose that money and be okay?
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like these guys, they're 100, 200, 400 times that and still can be okay.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the amount of wealth that like that's one of my favorite sayings is 1 million seconds is like what, like 2 weeks, like 16 days or something like that. 1 billion seconds is 31 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So just
Like,
translate that to dollars.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Realistically, that amount of money should never exist.
But see, that's the
Like,
thing, it doesn't. And that's also something that people don't think about is, oh, these billionaires, they don't have a billion in the bank. They either own assets or they have stock and then use that as collateral to get loans. But nobody has the ability to go out and write $1 billion check. Uh,
no.
just of the known. I'm not even going to talk about, other countries because God
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
what's over there. But
Yeah, UAE, dude, I'm sure that's
yeah.
like
Uh,
that's nothing money these guys.
Yeah,
You
or
know.
like, Dubai where they don't have to disclose their wealth
Hmm.
anywhere. So, I mean, there could be trillionaires over there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Uh, but again, there's no, oh, that amount of money shouldn't be possible. It's like, well, if it's all in stock, it's only possible because of the market.
That's true.
Like it could all go to zero tomorrow. So it's not really like, oh, they have this much money. It's because of where the market's at. This is what they're worth. They can't again go cut a check.
I think COVID ended up like putting a lot of shit in people's faces and uncovering like the sheet from people's eyes, you know? Because didn't Musk, uh, Bezos, like a couple other billionaires, like get like 50% more value, you know, like in their like isn't that how Musk became richer because like
Oh yeah,
COVID
there
and
was a big jump.
you
Yeah,
know,
there was
it's
a.
like it's even crazy to think about that. Like in the middle of a pandemic
Mhm.
where the country has like been at its lowest in like a long time, like workers and workforce and shit like that, people running out buying shit. Yet somehow these
Mhm.
motherfuckers were able to get 40% more value into their portfolios because of what, who, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. You know, like I said, this is a game that we're not playing,
Yeah,
you know?
I was thinking about it last night. I don't know why, but what was it? Oh, determining like value. Like I was
Hmm.
watching a video about like Bitcoin, and somebody commented like, "Oh, Bitcoin's worthless." It's like, okay, that piece of paper in your wallet's worthless. The only reason it has value is because we've said it has value.
Yeah.
If
Well,
tomorrow everyone wants to hit the road and live out of their car, everyone in the US, guess what's not going to have much value anymore? Houses.
yeah.
So, again, if, and this is, you know, oh, why do these celebrities make so much? Stop going to their movies. Like, they're not just inherently worth more than you, they're providing a value that you're buying into.
Yeah.
If you don't want to drive up Tesla stock, stop buying Teslas. Like, again, it's one of those, oh, I don't like, it's like the people who shit talk, fast food workers and then go and buy
Oh,
their Big Mac.
God, dude, I
Like,
hate
it's
those
like,
motherfuckers the most,
you
man.
asshat, you don't get to do both. If you don't like something, don't participate in it.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I,
Like, yeah.
yeah,
I could talk about
it's
that shit. God, that shit
it.
irritates my soul, man.
Yeah, it's like, man, just yeah. And I don't know, like, how are you gonna shit talk somebody who's providing a service to you?
Because this is the country we've become where you feel like you can always belittle somebody because of what they do or who they are, what they look like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because again, this is like it is protected speech. You know what I'm saying? You could say this shit and people be like, "Yeah, I agree with him." You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Even in reality, deep down, you know you're a fucking asshole because guess what? People still have to put food on the table.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? People still have to provide. But it's like, well, you should have got a better job then. Well, motherfucker, where goes the burgers then?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
Where
somebody's got
goes
to do it.
the yeah, who's gonna clean your hotel room? You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Like it's just simple shit like that. Like people don't think about this shit because they think that like inherently a service needs to provide a certain amount of value when in reality it just needs to provide a value that you want,
Right.
not a certain amount of it.
Like the value of McDonald's to me in comparison to everything else, not overly massive. The value of
Yes.
McDonald's to me as a kid getting a Happy Meal was like top 3. I'm like, "Oh my god, I get a Happy Meal, I get a new toy and a
Hmm.
McFlurry. Holy shit, that was my whole world." So, again, it doesn't have to have an immense amount of value to you.
Yes.
It just has to have value to someone at some point. And if it has any value to anyone, then it has to get done.
Hmm.
So,
I it's funny 'cause I have something on my phone about like value and I can't remember what it is, but I remember it was something about like a pair you can go to like Rite Aid or CVS or something like that and get a pair of glasses for like $10, like reading glasses or something to help you
mhm,
see.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't that be it gives you the power of sight? Wouldn't that cost you 100, 200, 300 times more? You know what I'm saying? To be able to see effectively, you
Yeah.
know? Uh, so like we fake put value on things because again, it lets us feel better about our decisions
Mhm.
in the purchases we make, you know, and then the things we tend to buy into or whatever, you know? Like no one in here could tell me, no one in here, if you could go back 60 years ago and say, hey, I'm giving putting whenever McDonald's goes public and stocks become a thing, tell me you're not putting 6 grand in McDonald's stock and letting that go over the next 60 years.
Oh, yeah.
Not no matter how much you shit talk, fast food workers or McDonald's as a corporation, you're not doing that.
Yeah.
If I gave you $6,000 free money to say, hey, go back in time, put this in McDonald's stock, you would, without a
Yep.
shadow of a doubt.
McDonald's, Apple, I mean, literally any of it.
But like I said, people like to think it's below them, so they don't, you know, they're okay with people not having a survivable wage because, well, I got out of it. I do something different.
Yeah.
It's like
I think that's
motherfucker.
more of just like a personal insecurity problem
Oh yeah.
of, you know, I'm working in a field that I feel is worth more. And I've placed my entire self worth on that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I'm a lawyer. Mhm, So,
Listen,
anything
lawyers are
that's,
important. Don't get
you're
me
right.
wrong,
Absolutely.
but
But
I'm not gonna go
again,
to a lawyer for a Big Mac.
exactly. Like your job doesn't provide any more value than the people cooking your food.
No,
But I mean, realistically, cooking food is more value than anything a lawyer's doing.
that's
Realistic,
I mean,
one you need to survive, the other you don't. But
I
yeah,
said
I
it's
think
almost as if like as a unique society in the world, you need like a lot of pieces of a lot of small things to make it work. It's kind of
like
crazy to think about that. Like to be
everything's important.
unified is yeah.
Yeah. But I think a lot of people just place too much self-worth on what they do, what they have. I mean, this is we know this now growing up. The whole like, oh, house, picket fence, family, blah blah blah, everything you were told that would kind of bring your life value
Hmm.
is more so, oh, that's what people thought. And now that it's your life, you can decide what's important to you.
Yeah,
Like, you don't have to do any of that. You can live life how you want. Like, you
yeah.
get to decide what's important to you.
People have been tricked, man. They've been tricked into thinking that like it's okay. It's okay to be like an asshole. You know what I'm saying? The people below you, like it's not the
Mhm.
case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like, well,
It's like
what?
treat everyone with respect. You know what I'm saying? If you ask for extra pickles on your burger, they didn't get extra pickles. Say, hey, that's what it is.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's that's life. You
I think
know?
about it like the only currency, like the most important currency you have is time. If something doesn't go your way, you're choosing to waste your most important currency on freaking out, yelling at somebody, calling them. Like, what does that do for you? If they forget your pickles and you scream at them, does that magically put pickles on your sandwich? No. So what's the point?
Like I said,
Yeah,
but those people, man, they'll find anything and everything to be angry about, anyways. You
that's
know,
true.
so it's that type of audience is null and void when it comes to that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they're all no matter what, they're always gonna even anything. It could
Yeah.
be pickles one day, and the next day it could be shit. I put you know uh $20 into this, and it gave me $19.99 back. It's like it's just a penny in the grand scheme of things, but like it's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Anything and everything. Someone's gonna find it to be upset with, even over the smallest shit. You know.
Oh, yeah, that's sad. Again, I don't know, man.
So
I
we're just
just
gonna start seeing. We're gonna start seeing more and more of it, man. People flipping off and fucking going crazy in stores. We're just. This is like we're at the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this shit, man. I guarantee it.
people lack perspective
It's
because
not
if
even
they could,
perspective, man. People like just basic like human decency.
well,
You
they've
know?
also gotten used to how life is here.
Yeah, and
Like I
having
said, if
everything
you
they
could if you
want,
could get
and
insight into people getting heads chopped off, halfway around the world and getting blown up when they walk out their front door, I
yeah,
think you'd be okay with your lack of pickles on your sandwich.
yeah,
But you get too accustomed to, oh, the AC and the coffee in the morning and your $50,000 car and your cushy life
yeah.
in the US, and then anything goes wrong, you're like, oh my God. Like, everything's so terrible. I need to scream at someone. Like,
Mm-hmm.
let's take a step back. Do you? Do you really?
And these are the same people that when somebody complains about like something that the U.S. has going on or whatever, it's like just leave, just move away. Then you know, it's like motherfucker. Is it like my thing is it not okay to criticize anymore?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't have issues with the way things are in this country. I can't have problems with the way things are in this country. You know, does that exclude me from wanting to be like a part of a better union? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what the
Like, why
fuck?
wouldn't you want things better?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the shit I don't understand. It's like, well, because it could be a lot worse. I'm like, motherfucker, it could be a lot better too.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, you're right. It could be a lot worse, but that doesn't mean that it can't get better.
Yeah.
Like, and this is, I think, it's a fine medium, but with the whole like workforce thing going on right now, you know
Hmm.
how a lot of people are more focused on trying to find something that actually makes them happy and
Yeah.
fulfill, and old like boomers and beyond are like,
Yeah.
oh, y'all are just lazy. It's like,
Nobody wants to work anymore.
yeah, no, we're willing to work very hard. We're just not going to settle for bullshit.
Bullshit and shit pay.
Yeah, like,
You know, like
we're
I
not
always told
spineless.
myself, yeah,
You
like I
know.
said, the illusion was thrown up in the air when COVID happened. Like I said, COVID, for as much bad shit as it did, it really kind of really started to put a lot of shit in stone for a lot of people.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we've always had the ability to work from home, but they want you in the office because whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It costs this much to run a building, and this is just empty, and we're losing money every month on this one building and shit like that. Like, we've always had the ability to work from home, but because we wanted this in office, guess what? You got to be in office.
Yep.
And so many people are like, oh, I'll do like a hybrid, like 3 days in home, 2 days at work. It's like, no, I want 5 days at home.
Yep.
You
I
know?
think hybrid is going to be the predominant setup,
Yes.
like, moving forward, because I mean, why wouldn't it?
No,
For
I
for
agree.
most industries, obviously, if you're a fucking mechanic building cars, okay,
Yeah.
you can't remote that in. But if you have the ability, if you're working at a computer to do anything, why not? Especially if it like helps your company morale.
Mm,
Like, hey, now you have the ability to work 2 or 3 days from home.
yeah.
Nobody's gonna complain about that.
No. I've
So,
seen some people be like, I'll even take a pay cut
mhm.
to have full ability to work from home. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, listen, this is what people want. But
Yep.
every article you go to, every fucking New York Times and the San Francisco Chronicle and fucking the Dallas Star or shit like that, it's like, well, guess what? Everyone wants to go back to work. It's like, motherfucker, no, we do not.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm looking for something to work from home right now because
Yep.
I like my job, but dude, I'm tired of being in a spot where I do 2 hours of work a day and 6 hours I can't do anything else.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could get so much done here.
Yep. Yeah. Again, it's the freedom of it that's worth so much more.
Hmm.
That's why, in order to give up work from home, man, you'd have to pay so much.
Yeah.
Like, so much to where I could work like 3 years, 4 years max, and then just leave,
Mm,
because it's worth so much to just be able to, oh, I'm going to go check the mail. I'm going to go, make the bed. I'm going to go throw in laundry in
mm.
between whatever I'm doing.
Like that's the thing, man, is we've so garnered the market on like you got to be working all the time or you're not successful. Even at work, if you're not working, you're not succeeding.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that is like such bullshit, but sure, man. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's a way to justify whatever the fuck they got going on. I'm like, dog, listen, I'd rather do if I can get 8 hours of work done over 8 hours, I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
Or if I'd
Because
rather do 3 hours of work over 8 hours, I'd rather do that.
that's the thing. Most industries don't have straight 8 hours of work. I mean, my last
No.
job in office, it was 8 hours. Dude, I had downtime where I'd just be like trying to find something to keep me busy, because realistically, regardless of what field there's always going to be downtime here or there. The
Yes.
only thing I've seen where you can constantly work is like YouTube content
Mhm,
creation. There's always
mhm.
more content you can make. You could always be recording and editing and whatnot, because there's always something more to do.
Yeah.
Or like, again, you run your own business. There's always, you can go out, try and sell to people, whatever. But like an in-office job, you're gonna run out of shit.
That's what I'm saying. And if you're asking for more work, man, you need some help.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
because they're gonna give it to you without more pay.
Exactly. And then now you become the guy,
Yep,
who's gonna do it all for the same amount. It's like, no,
yep.
just do what you need to do, man.
You're the guy they love, the team player.
Mhm.
The guy who wears many hats, i.e., getting fucked because
Yes.
you're not getting extra pay.
Listen, I had a guy, and I didn't end up liking him in the end, who used to work for me, but he had one of the best sayings I think I've heard it in a while, or in a good while when it comes to working. You do your 8 and skate. You do your 8 and you're done. You know what I'm saying? Because again, unless you're getting paid for it, do not take
Yep.
more time to do something. You know what I'm saying? Do what you need to do. Go home, get it done.
Yeah, I don't
Now,
know how
somebody,
laws are in other states, but I
mm,
see a lot of comments on posts like, "Oh, most 40-hour jobs are, you know, salaried, so even though they expect you to do 40, sometimes you have to do 50 and 60." It's like, you don't have to do a goddamn thing.
no,
If you're paid for 40, then at 8, you head out.
hmm
Like, and if they're not going to pay you overtime, then again, head out. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
they use the salary thing or like the 1099 thing to like, oh, I'm not. You're an independent contractor. I don't have to pay you like taxes or shit like that. I'm like, man, you motherfuckers. If you're trying to start a business, man, you would think like starting off on the right foot would be smart. Nope.
right.
These guys will do anything and everything, man. It's almost as if like people fucking suck. Crazy to think about, man.
Yep. Yeah, they just changed me over
Hmm
earlier this year from salary to
Yeah,
hourly because they're like, "Hey, we don't want, you know, people to feel like they're being taken advantage of."
yeah,
And I mean, my job's a healthy job anyway. They're not like, "Oh, you need to stay 14 hours." Like, they're very work-life balance, but they're like, "Hey, if you ever do work overtime, we want you to cash in that money for it."
yes.
And I feel like slowly companies are catching on. Like,
I
"Oh
hope to
yeah,
God, man.
people aren't taking any bullshit anymore."
Yeah.
And that's making its way, from state to state. But I mean, again, people are willing to work hard. They just want to be compensated for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's it.
And
Like I
you
said,
don't
it's
need
not.
an 800% profit margin.
Well, the shareholders do.
Yeah.
So, because they're important. Don't forget, man. Listen, he's only gonna be able to buy 3 yachts instead of 4, man. Come on, dude. What are you guys doing? Put the numbers in, Mason.
Oh
It's
god.
fucking horse shit. Burn all yachts to the ground. Kill all billionaires, man.
I don't know. Musk is doing some good stuff with, well, I'll exclude Twitter because I don't even know what he's doing with Twitter. He's doing good stuff with SpaceX and Tesla.
Man, I don't know.
I mean, look at the cost. I mean, I think we talked about that. The cost of him launching a rocket was like a 20th of what it cost NASA.
Because here's the thing about that, man. NASA has always had like the garbage, like they've always been imposed on that garbage. You know what I'm saying? Because like, oh, you can't just focus on rockets. You got to do all this other research
That's
on top.
true. Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, it's never like, oh yeah, you can just go ahead and do a rocket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Build a rocket, make it sleek, make it cost less than 50K.
Mhm.
Make it returnable, make it recyclable. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nope, you gotta fucking send 30,000 fucking probes up into space, which I'm like, it's cool.
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong, but like they've always had like this. It's always been garbage that's been imposed on them to like, hey, you got to do this too to get this funding.
I
You
think
know?
about it like In and Out. Their menu's like 5 items and they do it
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Why? Because they can focus on 5 items.
yeah.
But you have
And I went,
restaurants that try to do everything and it's all shit.
yep. Except Chinese places, man. This is the only
Oh,
place I
that's
know.
oh,
And my favorite thing would be like it'll be like 6 variations of the same thing, just with like, oh, this one has bean sprouts in it. This one has like scallion. It's like
and it's all good.
this shit is all good. Like, why not just make it one thing? It's like, oh, because some people don't want that. I'm like, you guys are fucking insane, and I love you.
Dude, we found a buffet. Dude, Chinese buffets. I know the price has went up a little bit
mm
over the years, but they are so worth it. We found one. It's what, $18 for dinner?
mm That's not bad.
Dude, dude. So everything you'd imagine, plus like fucking full on crab and
hmm
sushi, and like you can do like the, not Mongolian obviously is Chinese food, but like where you put the bowl of meats and
Yeah,
noodles and then they
and
fry
they
it up.
cook it. Yeah,
Oh my god. And dude, you can go there and eat 10 plates of crab and shrimp and like, and then they've got all the rest of the shit. Such good value.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that was like the go-to when we're in Vegas, man. It's like, nah, don't even go to like just hit up the buffet in the hotel, man. You know what I'm saying? That'll get you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's like
Yep.
it costs nothing, man. You
Yep.
know,
Dude,
it's like for three
uh,
people, it's like $40 a day for three people.
I talked
I'm
about this
like,
on a work meeting the other day. It was one of our, I think it was just like a morning coffee meeting or something.
mm,
And they were talking about food and said like, I cannot justify like that. If I have a buffet in the hotel, and I've been to some good hotel buffets, let's say it's $25 on the
mhm.
high end. I cannot justify, instead of going to that, going to, oh, Gordon Ramsay's restaurant is down the street and it's $250 a person. Like, I am not going to leave that restaurant so thrilled out of my mind at the food I just had that I'm going to
Mhm.
look at my app and say, that was worth the money, because tomorrow I'm going to wake up and be like, fuck, I could have eaten at the buffet 10 times. It,
Yeah, and again, obviously, like we're getting into like this is the best part about being American. You know what I'm saying? Is like it's always justifiable in some way, right? You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm going to a buffet and I'm like, I'm trying to spend money, but I'm trying to eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to eat like decently. It's like, yeah, okay, but like I'm going out. It's a bachelor trip or whatever the fuck, and it's like, oh yeah, let's head up to Hell's Kitchen. It's like, oh yeah,
mhm,
that sounds good, because
yeah,
you can justify it because you're going. There's a group. It's an experience. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
Like it's your choice of like what do you want to do.
yeah,
Now when you know just turned 18, heading to Vegas, like little money, it's like, yeah, dude, buffets are gonna be it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
because you're not there for the food.
No, I'm
You're
there to
there to go
get.
check out the casinos, and then I know they have a lot of like, there's a gun range there where you can shoot a minigun.
You can
There's
drive the
a,
monster truck,
yeah, like,
all the sports cars, helicopters.
not going to
Yeah,
Vegas for the food,
no.
going for all the fun shit to do.
Plus the mob. I went there for the. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to say that.
Hey man, gotta keep that on the download. They
I was like,
watching.
yeah, they are. They're gonna
We're not
put me with
even
the
live
fish.
streaming and they're watching.
They've hacked in the net.
My camera just moved.
But like, yeah, like you justify it either way. You know what I'm saying? And like, I've always wanted like a nice fine dining experience. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because like, I like the presentation. I like, like to me, that's kind of part of like the food thing. It's like, you know, hey, this is made this way, or we've like vacuum sucked the cellulose out of like 13 different plants and made like a mousse from cheek, pig cheek. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, dude, like give me that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? It's probably gonna taste amazing, but like it's gonna cost you this much. But I'm like, I've always wanted to do something like that,
yeah.
because like, God, again, it's such a human thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what
I,
did I see the other day that like really like made me? It was a guy underwater. He was scuba diving, right? And there was a seal he named Sylvester.
ah,
But like it's such a human thing to want
that's
to
great.
interact with something that is not human. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like I don't know what it is about just like being a human, but like
Sylvester.
dude, it's so fucking awesome. Like the seal was like swimming up to him and it was like trying to like tickle him almost. I was like, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen. Like this is only something a human, I feel like a human can do.
And appreciate.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were any other animal in that forest who was like below that on the scale of like predator prey, you'd be fucking terrified.
Yeah.
But like, hey, humans like, hey, this is pretty cool, man. I give him a nickname and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like it is 100% ultimately the human experience. You know what I'm saying? Of
Yeah.
like, God, I
Being
love it.
human
I
is
love it so
great.
much. Oh, absolutely, dude. Don't let
I-
anyone tell you otherwise, man. It's amazing.
yeah. Listen, yeah, being human is incredible. You know, the chances of being human are ungodly.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
1 in like 400 trillion of just like actually being born.
And you
It's
exist.
That's right. You are here
The
watching
the
this.
universe wants you.
Oh god, I know. I want the chance to go to space and like look at the Earth
Hmm.
from like a shuttle or like some station or something.
God, that'd be amazing.
God, I know.
Oh, Hooper Station.
God. What a oh, okay. We're not gonna get into Interstellar at all. That'll be a 4-hour episode.
I sent you that TikTok meme of the cat piano doing
Oh
the
yeah.
interstellar.
Meow
Meow
meow.
meow meow meow. This shit's so good.
Uh, the speaking of the, I know we kind of jumped past it, but like In and Out and fast food workers in California,
Mm-hmm.
the minimum wage is going up to 20
20
an
bucks,
hour.
man. 20
Did you
bucks.
see that once that was announced? Like, what was it? Pizza Hut or Papa
Yeah,
Murphy's
yeah.
dropped like 1,200 employees.
Well, so more specifically, I read that article. It was more specifically delivery drivers
Drivers, yeah, okay.
because they're going to try to utilize Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub
Mm,
to supplement. But I'm like, dude, I'm never ordering from one of those places again.
yeah,
You know, like fuck that and fuck you. You know, there's a couple great mom and pop shops around us. You know
right.
that have delivery drivers that they will pay a decent wage.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Plus,
I don't want to support trash, man. Pizza Hut gives me diarrhea, bro. I don't like that
like
shit.
delivery from an in-house delivery driver always ends up better.
Yes,
Like the experience is
100%.
better, gets there usually quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Like the food is handled. But again, like I've had Amazon packages get delivered to the wrong apartment multiple times, or like they'll be damaged. It's like if you pay people better, they take better care of whatever job they're doing.
And here's the thing: not even paying people, just stop putting the garbage requirements on these guys.
Yeah.
Like for Amazon, you know, these guys are making 300 deliveries a day.
Yeah. I remember
You know
we
what I'm
had that
saying?
one guy who worked at your job. He came from Amazon and he was
Mm-hmm.
talking about how like his quota went up 1 month. They're like, oh, I did like 200, and then the next month they wanted like 260 or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's insane. He's like, yeah, man, you don't really get a lunch. You just grab something real quick and like eat it while you're driving. It's crazy.
Like I said,
Uh,
that's the more fucked up to me. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Is that like you put these limits and impose these sanctions essentially on these guys to minimum, hey, you got to do this many deliveries, or you're delivering this many packages today. You know what I'm saying? And what's happening a lot of times, and I've had it happen before, they'll mark a package as delivered, even though it didn't show up, and then the next day they'll drop it off because they're like, oh, I can't stop for this one. You know what I'm saying? Or something. I'm like, it's fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is like it's fucking corporate greed. Johnny Silverhand, where are you, man? We need you. God damn it, dude.
Oh man.
Because
Yeah.
from what I
It's
understand, Amazon the truck drivers get paid pretty decent, like 23 to like 25 or 25 to 27, something like that. Like it's pretty
do
good
they?
pay. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's just uh the
The
like workers on the
stress.
line. Yeah, it will
Yeah.
end the stress, and you know we see the stories. These guys are peeing in bottles so they're not stopping. You know what I'm saying? Like, in what world is this okay?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we allow this because what? Because your package is 2 day shipping. I'm like, man, I like, dude, just fucking be safe. Take your time. Take your breaks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could wait an extra day for my shit, man. You
Like at
know?
that point, just take away 2-day shipping.
I mean, they already have, dude, at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I feel like they started with that out of the gate, and now there's no backpedaling
No.
because I feel like that's the main benefit of Prime.
Yeah. But even now, like, they give you the disclaimer, like, 2 day shipping not guaranteed in all areas, this and that, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're next, like, because we live next to a big hub for Amazon.
Mhm.
So 2 day shipping is almost always guaranteed for us. If you live anywhere extra 30 miles out of that radius, it's not happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why again, this is the shit that I don't like is they'll say, okay, yeah, 2 day shipping, and then they'll have that package rerouted to like the postal service or UPS or something like that, and they'll use their service to deliver the package. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, and they want to gut the postal service because why? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like this is the shit that like I hate about corporations and putting fucking shareholder money on notice. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's always shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They want to get rid of something because they can privatize and make it a lot better. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But you just end up making it a whole lot worse.
Ah,
There's no end to corporate greed, man.
these pups keep barking. Something.
Uh oh. They maybe better have that steel ready.
That raw.
Keep that big iron on your hip.
Nani?
was thinking of Fallout New Vegas. Big iron on his head.
Oh, I never played it.
Oh,
Dude, I Fallout was just, I don't know. It wasn't my type, I guess, back in the day. So,
this man hasn't played one of the greatest RPGs of all time, man. That's
I've
fucking
heard good things.
sanctimonious, man. I should cut you.
I should kill you right now.
Nah, that game's
Oh
great.
man. Um, along because there's actually a lot of new laws passing in California for 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is the whole like rental deposit,
Mm.
which I think is good.
Oh yeah.
Now, rental like deposits for new rentals is capped at 1 month,
Mm.
so they can't be asking like, oh, 3 months and the current month and all that shit.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
It is very good.
Yeah, that'll
So
be
that
very nice.
the one I saw was when a cop pulls you over, they have to tell you why they stopped you. You know, even though we know nothing's gonna change with that.
Right.
It's like, oh, I thought I saw one of your lights out, but license registration, please, because you're black. You know what I'm saying? It's like, motherfucker, what?
Yeah.
Listen, I'd rather
It,
you be honest about it too, man, than just be like the one excuse they always used back in the day was like, this is too nice of a car in this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Or this car is not good enough for this neighborhood. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
It's like,
Uh,
dude, you're just profiling. Fucking say it.
I'll say, just be
Own it.
honest with me, man. At least I'll be like, listen, at least he's honest with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is a little weird that I'm in this neighborhood and this time of night. You know what I'm saying? But like, guess what? I live here, or
Yep.
my girlfriend lives here, or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like
I
if
don't.
somebody was gonna do something bad, getting pulled over by the cops is just gonna be like, okay, I just got to do it quicker now.
I don't
You
get it
know?
because even like there's shitty individuals out there. There's racists. There always will be.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of paperwork involved with that, and I'm just really surprised. Like, you want to do all that paperwork? You want to pull someone over for a bullshit reason, which could then result in a lot of paperwork?
Mm-hmm.
Like, really? Like, just outside the fact that it's wrong, you got to do a bunch of paperwork, and who wants to do that?
I mean,
No
listen, when
one.
you're getting paid what these guys are getting paid, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Which is not
shit.
that good though.
I mean, for like what is the starting LEO is like here in the state of California? It's like 90 grand or something like
No,
that.
no.
Dude, I thought that shit was like 90 or like 100 grand.
No,
Plus, they
because like
always
CHP's starting is like 60 grand.
maybe it's all the overtime.
Yeah. Oh, I know there's a lot of overtime, so maybe that's it.
Yeah,
But unless that changed recently, because
I
for a
could have
long
swore I saw
time,
something that like starting pay because there's actually an opening for, and it's crazy that this is, as somebody who's worked security for almost 10 years, this is crazy. I didn't even know this, but apparently I could be like a sheriff, like security at like the sheriff's office.
Mm,
I don't need a firearm license because I'm on private property.
right?
You know what I'm saying? They just be like, here's a gun. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Hey, what am I supposed to do with this thing? You know, like, you're huffing motherfuckers down. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you're not running anybody, like, I'm not following anybody up the road and shit like that, but like, anything on that, I'm like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, yeah, here's a gun.
Oh, okay. Pay did go up.
How much is it now?
So cadet base pay when you're a cadet in the academy, 59.38 to 76.10 monthly. And then
Oh,
once you become an officer, the
so you tell me
83
I could go 33 and fucking get like 7 racks a month, man? What the fuck, dude?
uh
Jesus Christ.
they receive full health and dental benefits, free room and
Uh,
board.
yeah.
Once you become an officer, 83.18 to 10,316 monthly.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Yeah, that's a lot different than it used to be.
Shit, man. I have to. God damn, bro. That's fucking insane. And again, that's not even OT, man. That's just like base pay, dude.
Yep. And you get an extra pay if you're on a motorcycle.
Oh, so I could be fucking evil Knievel on this motherfucker and get extra pay.
Wow.
That's wild, man. I
Yeah.
thought it was less than that, but that's
Yeah, me
fucking
too.
insane, dude. Whew.
Damn, that's crazy. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a dangerous job. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And
Like,
I feel like, oh. I don't know if we talked about this or not. So I was thinking, there's this big shortage in like medical staff and just, firefighting, police officer,
mhm,
like all of these necessary jobs, like these EMS jobs. I was thinking, especially in the medical field, when you pass, let's say, when you become an RN or a doctor and you enter residency and whatnot, I think you should have to register with the state, and that's anonymous to wherever you're working.
mhm.
And then wherever you're working at, the state will supplement your income to a certain point. Because when you hear about like some residency, they're working like 12, 14 hours and they're getting paid shit
Yeah.
until they hit a certain point.
Mhm.
So let's say you're making 50 grand through a hospital
Yeah.
as a new resident, whatever. The state will say, okay, we need doctors, we need nurses, and your job is important, obviously. So we're going to supplement you an additional, 25 grand a year until you reach 75, 80 grand at the job through like
Mhm.
promotions and pay. Then that's going to cut off. But the state will not communicate that to the hospital. That way the hospital can't go, oh, you're making an extra 30 from the state, so we're going to cut 30 from our salary we pay you.
I see what you're saying.
So there won't be a worry of, oh, we can't find people because they're not getting paid enough. They know, hey, here's your salary, whatever, and you're getting supplemental from the state, so you don't have to feel like you can't even survive. Because we don't want people working in hospitals worrying about their pay. That's
I mean,
ridiculous.
yeah, I agree with that.
Like,
You know what
oh
I'm
yeah,
saying?
save lives and help people who are dying, but you're also stressed out of your mind about, you're on your 14th hour and you're wondering how you're going to pay rent. That is so sad.
I mean, listen, man, this is what happens when, this shit gets privatized. You know what I'm saying? They privatize Medicare. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, these hospitals are not going to pay these guys what the fuck they deserve. You know what I'm saying? Because they
Yeah.
gotta save the money. Oh, this new machine that came out that could do this and do that. Well, we can't pay for that. Oh, but the fucking, the board of directors and this and that. Oh yeah, they got a pay raise. They got a pay bonus.
Yeah.
It's like how does this make sense? You know what I'm saying?
Oh God.
You know, like the biggest shit for me that I feel like is when I went to go see my doctor like a year ago or something like that, or no, earlier this year. Saw my doctor. And I've had the same general practitioner for like a couple years at this point. Cool guy.
Right.
And when I first met him, I was kind of interested because like, well, how much debt do you have? Because I hear like it's pretty massive. He goes, oh,
Yeah.
like half a million. I go, excuse me, half a what? I'm like half a million. He goes, yeah, it's like 462 something like that. He goes, oh, but like I'm putting this much towards it. I'm like, that's fucking insane. You know what I'm saying? Like, it used to be a thing where, like, oh, yeah, you go to med school, man, because, like, you want to help people and shit like that. And it's like, for $500,000, motherfucker, I'd rather just, I don't know what I'd rather do. You know what I'm saying?
Anything
Like,
else?
it's crazy that, like, fresh out of high school, like, community college, whatever, you can just be like, yeah, I want to be a doctor. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay. Because they know that, like, you're going to have to take out these massive fucking loans.
Yep. And
Like,
then
it's
in order
insane,
to
man.
ever get to a point to where you can make those payments and still live, you're gonna have to become, like
Yeah,
some
you
sort of
need to
surgeon
finish it.
or
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. Like, damn, dude,
It's
that's wild.
yeah.
Now I don't know how much it is now because I didn't ask him, but I'm like, every time I see him, I'm like, damn, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy.
What's a good med school?
Uh,
Johns Hopkins?
yeah, Johns Hopkins. I know UC Davis, the med center here is pretty good.
Oh yeah, I should do. Here we go. Cost of attendance, John Hopkins. You know what? Medical student. There we go. Tuition. 62,850. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was just tuition. So we're going to do everything else. 67,894 per year.
That's crazy. And how long are you doing this for? Like 8 years, right, or something like that?
Yeah, let's see.
8 or 10 years or something.
6 years, it looks like.
Yeah, something like that. Like a long time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I think
It's
it looks like
almost
from start to finish, 6 years.
it's like almost 400 grand. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, these things are important, but like, god damn, dude.
That's, yeah. Again, if you need more medical staff, make it a little more accessible.
I agree. Shit's
Or
fucked, man.
like some places do, like banks will pay for your schooling if your degree helps, you know, if you go
Hmm.
and get like an accounting degree or something like
Yeah.
that, they'll pay for your hospitals. Hey, we need more medical staff or whatever. So if you contract with us, if you sign an initial contract to work here at least like, I don't know, 4 years,
Hmm.
then we'll pay 60% of your medical school or whatever, so you don't have to come out with this mountain of debt
Yeah.
and feel like you're drowning already. Something like that. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, man, it's crazy. That like law school. Like my sister went to UCLA
Hmm.
law. That was insane. Not 500,000 insane, but still
No.
up there.
Yeah.
Like it's UCLA. It's expensive. Like oh my god, I can't imagine. Like
Damn.
some of these student loan payments, like, oh, $2,500 a month, 3 grand a month. I'm like, some people make that. That's their entire pay.
Now you wonder
Yeah.
why so many of these people just letting that shit default.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I'm never gonna be able to pay this back or whatever. Now, before somebody in the comments goes, they shouldn't have fucking took out the loan in the first place. One, fuck you. Two, they make this shit impossible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I see both sides. Like, you're an adult, you signed a contract, you should pay it. Yes. But also, what 18-year-old knows what they're doing?
That's what I'm saying. You know, how many
So,
how many times have you been convinced to like, oh, just go to college, man. The loans are not that bad. You can supplement it with like get scholarships and shit like that. Well, guess what? I don't uh uh, what's the word I'm looking thinking of? Qualify. I was
right,
like,
right,
what
right.
the fuck? I don't qualify for this scholarship because of this. I don't qualify for this scholarship because of that. I don't qualify for this scholarship because of this. You get like the state, it was like a state scholarship or like a school scholarship, motherfucker. That's like $2,000.
Yep.
I could barely wipe my ass with that. You know what I'm saying? Now you want me to go and sign a loan for 120K? You know what I'm saying? For what? Like,
Yeah.
dude.
And I mean, even worse in high school, I met with my counselor a lot. Yeah, senior year, obviously, you're applying to college. Not
Mm,
once did any counselor ever say, hey, there's also trade schools that are a
yeah.
tenth of the price and have a good chance of getting you directly into a job?
Hmm.
Hey, you can go get your real estate license. Hey, you can go do these other million things that don't require a degree, but go to
College, man.
college
Yeah.
so we can get our numbers up and say that a lot of our students have went to so and so or Davis or
Yep.
Santa Barbara or whatever.
Yep.
If anyone gets any sort of gain out of the advice they're giving you, you have to take that advice with a grain of salt.
Hmm.
Even your high school counselors. Like if yeah, if a mechanic is telling you, "Oh, this is broken, it needs fixing." In order to fix it, you have to pay him.
Yeah.
So maybe get a second
Get a
opinion.
second opinion. Yeah.
Yeah,
It,
like
well, like I
it's
said,
sad.
man, it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it really is. But hey, we gotta. That's adulthood and navigating through the bullshit.
Unfortunately, man. If
Yeah,
only it was easier to fucking figure out what was not, and what was bullshit, what wasn't. You know.
yeah. I know. I'm grateful that I didn't take out more loans.
Mm.
because like one of the schools I got accepted into for an astrophysics program, it's like a private. I think it's like a private Christian school,
Oh,
and
those
it's
are
like
fun.
62,000 a year
Mhm.
in state. Like that's the resident price,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Are you insane? What?" Yeah, it's like absolutely not. No thanks. Yeah, that's hard to. I mean, it's like
It's a
going to buy a car and imagine the car was 5 times the price you thought it was.
mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, this new Toyota Corolla, 150 grand. Like what? Ugh,
Yep.
crazy. But on a happier note, when did the Christmas decorations go down?
Still got the tree up.
Yeah,
Still
yeah,
got
us too.
the. We still got the lights up and everything. Still, man.
You think it's after New Year's?
Yeah, we usually do that for New Year's,
Yeah.
like
That
first week.
okay. Because I know, dude, I know sometimes like God, I think it was at my parents' house. Shit would stay up for like months.
Hmm.
That's like, I guess. And now it's just in the way. It's like the dogs are running into it.
Yeah.
Fucking our shepherd, she's just this big clumsy mess. Like she thinks she's as big as the corgi,
Hmm.
so she can run around. She's sliding into shit, and ugh. she'll be looking back and then like run into a wall. She didn't realize it was there.
Yeah. Goofy dogs are my favorite, man.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. But I think after New Year's is like a safe. Like, all right, yeah, we're about to have New Year's celebration. Oh, cool,
Yeah.
Happy New Year, lights, whatever. Now get that shit down. Get it out.
I know my dad used to leave them up like he used to leave them up until I don't know, like a couple weeks into January, like almost the end of January.
Mhm.
It's like because we used to have to staple them into the trim underneath the gutters. So it's like it's just easier to just leave them there, or
Oh, right,
you
right, right.
know,
Okay, okay.
yeah. So I get it,
Interesting.
man.
Yeah, and
It's
it's
just
a
like one
lot
of
of
those things
work.
that you just go like, just leave them up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to put up decorations,
Hmm.
and so like pulling them down, it's like, all right, yeah. It's just I get it. Do you think in the climate we're in today that a 2 week notice is necessary?
Man, dude, as somebody who's been a supervisor for 3.5 years, have had a lot of people give me 2 weeks notice, and I've also had a lot of people not give me 2 weeks notice. I understand some people not giving 2 weeks notice. Like I get it.
Mhm.
I obviously always would prefer one, especially working graveyard. Like we were always short staffed for the
Right, right.
most part, anyways.
Let's
So it
go
just works
outside of
out.
your industry, just in general.
God, it's hard to say, man, because the problem I have with not giving 2 weeks notice, even though it's illegal, is you'll still get like, no, I don't recommend this, or no, they can't come back to the job or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like when another job calls a reference or something like that.
That's been
Even though
my
it's a
attitude.
yeah, even though it's illegal to like, you're only supposed to say like they work these days to these dates. You know, uh, and are they rehireable? Yes or no? That turns into like, yeah, but they did this, they did that, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And since you already left a bad taste in the mouth, they just say fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to go and try to prove that, what I'm saying, try to prove that like, oh yeah, they did this and they ruined my job opportunity is a whole nother issue of itself. So like I say just do it just to make sure that you leave favorably. But
Mhm.
if it's a really shitting job, just say fuck it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just cut it. Don't
I've
even put
always
it on your
been
resume and bam.
exactly. I think if you're going to use it on a resume, put it in a 2 week notice
Hmm.
because then obviously if you're using it, they might call it. If it's a shit job and you're like, this isn't even going on my resume ever,
No.
because if it's not going on your resume, it's probably for a good reason.
Hmm.
So, and like, I understand the whole sentiment of like, oh, they would just fire me on the spot. So, but also Just because somebody can wrong you doesn't mean you wrong them first.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't do anything for anyone. There's just a lot of variables to it.
Yeah, that's what
Like
I'm
if it's a
saying.
really toxic environment, if you're just like super unhappy or like unhealthy work conditions or bail.
Yeah. Like I said, man, it's become too common nowadays, man, to like employers to talk shit about their employees, and you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's fucked up. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
It's sad.
this
Like,
is-
why are you taking this personally?
yeah,
You know?
you know. Said I find it happens more often with like smaller places, like not necessarily mom and pops, but maybe somebody who owns it, like a building or something.
Mhm.
They tend to take shit like that a little more, like you said, personally. You know. So,
It's sad.
oh yeah, you know. Like I
Uh,
said, I recommend a 2 week notice just to be extra safe, depending on what industry you're in and what you're doing. But like I said, if you can say fuck it, say fuck it.
yeah.
You know, just
Yeah,
cut it loose.
it's definitely a safer option,
Hmm.
just in case you ever do again need to go back or again use them as a reference.
Yes.
Plus, I've had that as an interview question actually a couple times.
Mm.
Is would you leave a 2 week notice for your current job? And that tells the person you're interviewing for, like, oh, if this person ever leaves, can I just expect them to give me the courtesy of a 2 week notice? So
Yes.
that could be a deciding factor in whether you get a new job.
Which is a crazy thing about, you know what I'm saying? Like, I, somebody's asking these questions, and most of the time they just want to know, like, kind of either a yes or no answer, or like maybe some type of like explanation. But like, if that place was a really toxic workplace, really shitty manager, really bad pay, and you just want to get the fuck out, like, in your heart of hearts, you're gonna say, yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't give it to his nose, but like, you gotta again put the mask on and be like, oh yeah, as corporate sir, of course I would give it 2 weeks notice because that is the
Yep.
appropriate thing to do. Like motherfucker, if I could shove that answer up your ass, I would. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just bullshit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. You got to butter
like
yourself up, which sucks.
I hate it. It's like you treat me right, I will treat you right.
Yeah.
That's just simple facts of life. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, people take advantage of whatever the fuck you give them. But like, if a job is treating me well, yeah, I'll give them 2 weeks notice. If not, then no. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? It's just
Copy that. What do you think, folks?
shenanigans.
You putting in 2 weeks notices right now?
You
Hey, let
should.
us know what it was. Let us know
Remember,
what it was for.
job loyalty doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, no. If a job is loyal, like if the job shows loyalty to you, then fine. Show loyalty to them.
Hmm.
But also that needs to come with like increased compensation. Don't stay at a job where you're getting like a 1% raise annually.
Yeah.
Because again, the whole 2 year job hopping, there's a reason that that's a thing.
Hmm.
Because if these companies are willing to pay you more to do the job that you would like to do with more benefits and it's just better for your life, you have to do what's best for you
Yep.
at the end of the day. So
Only you can prevent forest fires.
that's right. Oh, dude, sitting in front of a fireplace sounds nice. You know, like out camping in like a fire pit or something.
Yeah.
Some marshmallows.
Listen, man, that's good life up there at Three Lakes, man.
3 Lakes.
Yes, sir.
Where is that?
It's like 15 to 20 minutes like north of Clear Lake.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's
Interesting.
literally like three small lakes that kind of like one almost like runs off into the other one, but the other next to that one's like kind of flat, so kind of just like yeah, there's like a bunch of
Interesting.
houseboats there, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I
Uh,
like that.
Woo. Never been there.
Angels Camp.
Hey, man,
It's
what
like
about
a
Devil's Camp? Is Carlac there?
oh man, she's in Avernus.
Not for me. She turned into a squid for me.
Hey man, spoilers.
Oh, my bad. Nah, game's out long enough.
Shit. God damn it.
Yeah, she turned into what do they call it? A nautiloid? No, that's the ship.
Illithid.
A mind slayer. That's it. Yep.
Mind Flayer.
Oh, that's
The
it.
Mind Slayer. That's funny.
Oh God. Let us know what you think, folks. Sure.
Yes.
You saving money with those new tax brackets next year?
I
How
hope
do you
I
feel
am.
about McDonald's?
Oh, I love McDonald's.
Dude, a spicy McChicken sounds.
Should be hitting the spot, man.
Be hitting many spots. Back sack and crack.
Hey, man, that's how you know it's good, man. It gets all three at once.
That's right. Those McChickens are talented.
Because it burns when you fart, so it burns your sack and it burns your back hairs. So
Yep, that's right. The fumes hit all three.
the
My farts have been bad lately. I don't know why, but they've been like rancid.
I mean, it's just it's the holiday food, man.
Yeah,
Because mine
a
have
lot of like
mine
spicy
have
stuff.
too. Yeah,
A lot
and
of
the deviled
chili.
eggs, man, dude. That was fucking. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Clear out a room with them motherfuckers, dude.
I think the funniest thing is like we'll go to bed at different times, so she'll already be asleep, and I'll be like in bed, and when I finally lay down, I got the covers, and it's like I can feel it, a hot one slipping out, and I'm like, ooh,
That's fucked up.
if
Man.
this wakes her up, it's gonna
That's
be
why
so funny.
you gotta turn over to the side and like let it out the back. You know, you gotta open the blanket
Nah, I
up.
gotta share the love.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I have to be like, babe, the food we had was so good here.
I would hate to share any type of like closed room with you for like more than 8 hours, man. Because well, to be fair, we did actually because when
That's
we
right.
worked together. Oh God, yeah.
That's right. There was that night we both had Taco Bell.
Dude, what a nightmare, bro. I just had that shit like a month ago, man. I'm like, I'm never, and they closed that one over there too. Thank God.
Oh
So
God, that's fantastic. What do you? Yeah, tell us, folks. What do you think of Taco Bell and hot farts and holiday food?
yeah, decorations.
That's right. Is Taco Bell your holiday food? Because
God, I
I'd be
hope
happy
not.
with that. I'd be
I
happy
wouldn't.
with chicken quesadillas and.
That's how you get that New Year's runoff, man. No thank
That's
you.
right. It'll clear out your colon for the new year. You can start on empty.
Oh. A good old colon blow.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, happy New Year.
Yes.
Hope y'all again are having a good one, and we'll see you in 2024, maybe with some changes.
Oh.